Very, very interesting price action so far. We have a lot to discuss about what CPI means moving forward for the broad market here, the current market reaction, which again, it's pretty much just a dud. I'm going to go through the data with you guys, go through a lot of the short-term price action, and I've always, obviously, highlight some of the absolutely epic trades that everybody is nailing in the Less Trades, More Profits group. I mean, I'm going to show a couple of them to you guys. If you look at the community tab on YouTube here, I posted some of those just recently for you guys there, like over the last 15 minutes. They're absolutely insane. I've been putting them on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Again, guys, pay attention or pay a premium. These are some of the most epic trades that are firing off in the market. But what do you guys expect at this point? I mean, you guys see us do this every single week. So, ladies and gentlemen, we did get CPI this morning. I want to go through really what I think is the most important kind of takeaway from what we saw at CPI this morning. And it's a tweet from Nick Timmerhouse, Nicky Leaks here. There could be a choose your own narrative quality to today's CPI report. Core prices, so excluding food and energy, rose 0.23% month over month, which just happens to be the median month over month rise in core prices over the previous 12 months, meaning 6 months were above and 6 months were below. This is ever so slightly on the soft side of what was expected by some forecasters, but the bottom line is that most of these forecasters expect more meaningful tariff effects in July and August, and goods prices were firmer in June. If you think the worst of the tariff-driven price hikes is still ahead, then this report doesn't change your underlying view. And if you thought inflation was going to take longer to pass through and pack less punch because companies are trying to preserve market share in an economy with less demand, then this report doesn't change that view either. So guys, when we look at this report here, it is really pretty much to me a nothing burger. And really what we're seeing here, the market selling off. All right, I mean, why? Why is the market selling off on this? Are we still going to be talking about that inflation narrative over here? Again, to me, this is all that the market is really doing here today is just getting ourselves back into the chop zone that we've been hanging out in for really the last week or so here. That's it. That's all we're seeing today. Obviously, we had a lot of very positive developments in the semiconductor space with NVIDIA being able to sell those H20s back to China, which is obviously helping AMD, NVIDIA, a lot of those other names here as well. But again, the market is really going to be looking for some more developments on these trade deals here. And on that sell-off just now, I don't see any news. Nothing. So again, business as usual. There's not really a whole lot of craziness going on, but team, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, would love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the group, new to the stream, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. It costs you nothing to do it, but helps me out a whole lot, spreading these streams out to some more people over here. Again, I handed you guys that Roblox yesterday. We were talking about this one. And AMD. We were talking about this one on the stream. AMD. Shout out to those of you guys that took advantage of it. Cody in the group, I believe, made about $6,600 on that move. And to think it's only $1 a day for you guys to hop into the group there, absolutely insane. Congratulations to everybody. I mean, it's been awesome, man. I mean, it's been super great seeing you guys have as much success as you guys have had. Especially you new guys coming in. That's really awesome to see. Microsoft is looking pretty good here. We'll see. Again, it's obviously not going to have that much fun if the market's just going to nuke itself here. But if it starts to rally back up, I mean, we just saw what Microsoft kind of has in store if the market wants to trend back to the upside there. So still hanging out above 505. Roblox, I mean, I'm still in this one. Going to look to see if this one's going to get to that 13 area to see if I can take off a little bit of that position, which would be nice. Make it free. I could make it free now. I just kind of want to hold the winner there. But let's talk about some of these other names here. I mean, AMD, you guys know the deal. I own this one at $11.39. This has been an absolutely phenomenal name for me, really over the last, I would say, 8-10 years here. It's been awesome. Then we move over here, take a look at Palantir. Palantir breaking out to the highs, breaking that 150 area there. There we go. This was another one that I was highlighting that easily had a very good short-term bullish setup here. For me, I would have liked to see this have a day or two more of consolidation before I would have been potentially interested in taking this to the upside. But sometimes they just run without you, and that's fine. And I wouldn't have really been that excited about trading this anyway, for the same reasons that I was talking about back in here, that a lot of these moves into these all-time highs, or 52-week highs just in general, are going to be very choppy. Now let's look at SoFi. SoFi looking pretty good again today. Up about 1% here. Nothing crazy. Just kind of chopping around, slowly grinding up at these highs. Still looks very good. Earnings coming up at the end of the month here on Tuesday the 29th. So obviously it's going to be good to see what their user growth is, what they plan to do with a lot of these new crypto offerings, what the revenue that they expect to generate from those. So that's kind of what you really only need to look for with SoFi now. This is one that I gave to the group at 655. Oh, wow. Shocker. Yet another gem. But yeah, this is another good one. It really, you're only going to be thesis driven on this one now. If the thesis somehow changes and things go poorly with the company, then you can start making a decision on what you want to do. There's really nothing to do on this one in the short term here. HIMS. This is a good example here, guys, of why you don't buy gap ups in the market. Again, we talked about this in the video yesterday. This is something that I talk about a lot with the private group. If you see stocks gapping above your levels of interest, you do not touch them. You do not touch them. Let's see. Thanks for AMD. 90% gain. Just paid for me to join. Classic City Jukebox. There you go, man. That's what we like to see. I mean, once you're in there and you see all the other epic trades, I mean, it's gonna be real good for you, buddy. But yeah, there you go. Congratulations. So, but this is another really good example of why you just don't buy gap ups. Almost all the time these get sold into. Eddie in the group over there too, this morning sent a nice message. He was like, sell the gap ups at open, only had one contract of each, which is, I mean, that's still good. NVIDIA 350%, AMD 390%. You want to be selling gap ups, guys. You do not want to be buying them. Let's see, what else do we have over here? Microsoft's losing it. Market's starting to sell off here for, in my opinion, almost no reason. Just kind of working its way back down into this range. Roblox still looking good here, though. What else are we looking at? Nio was up a little bit today. What's this doing now? Nothing. Just kind of selling off. Again, that 200 EMA and these levels up here are going to be really, really, really tough to break for Nio. Again, they need to get those Onvo and Firefly sales going in a positive direction very quickly, or else they are going to have some significant issues. Well, but on the other side, if they could really start selling a decent amount of volume of those cars, they could be in a good spot. So it really is, if they're able to hit those goals that they've outlined for shareholders and investors as a whole over the last 2 years. If they can't hit the goals, then they're done. That's kind of how that one works. What else? What else we got? Anything else we need to cover before we start going through all the questions? Let's see. Like the stream. Shout out to you, Cody. Great day for you, man. Great day for you. Congratulations on AMD. That's a good one, man. That's a real good one there. But yeah, NBIS, sure. Oops. It doesn't look bad. I mean, you look at this weekly chart here, it actually looks pretty good. Consolidating on top of the weekly 200. I actually really like this setup on the weekly here. This is solid. You break above 55.61, this thing probably rips. I'd actually put an alert on that one. That's an interesting one there. So Microsoft looked pretty good. Now fading back down. Let's see if that can recapture some of those gains today. At some point, I do think this market is going to turn itself around here and start kind of moving back up, but I think you are going to kind of come around here and chop around yesterday's highs first. That's kind of what we were talking about in the stream. You might come down here and test yesterday's highs, which is exactly what you're doing now. But yeah, I like NBIS there. That weekly setup is actually really good. Very similar look to the SoFi weekly breakout and the Bitcoin weekly breakout that I gave you guys over the last, like, those two I gave out over the last, month here. So, again, you guys know the deal. Make sure you guys are hopping in. 50% off your first month with code July. I don't know how many more times you guys want to see me do this. I'm just going to keep doing this for everybody. Just showing you guys how simple the market can actually be if you just learn the less trades, more profits methodology. Why is the market up when inflation is actually up? Because they're focused on core inflation versus headline. So when you think about what the month-over-month increase in core actually was, like I talked about at the beginning of the stream, it was literally right at the 6-month median. So you're not really seeing this giant inflationary effect that all of these economists are expecting. Now they're going to feed into the narrative that, like, oh no, we expect it in July CPI, which is when it comes out in August. They'd be like, no, that's when we're expecting to see these effects. And it's like, well, the problem is that they've been saying that for like the last 4 months. It's like, this next CPI is going to show it, and it's like, You can see CPI tick up a little bit, but I think I showed this in the YouTube video yesterday. We're still downtrending. Like, we've seen little blips up and moves up in some of these price levels here, but overall we are downtrending on the key data points. So, and the problem that I have with Powell isn't in the Fed right now isn't necessarily that they're wrong to hold off because of a lot of these tariffs and they don't know what the effects are. It's that they're treating the inflation narrative that you're going to see a lot of inflation come back into the market as a given or a base case, when in reality it actually isn't. You don't know if that's going to happen. So like what they could have done instead is say, okay, well, we are seeing inflation get back down to these lower levels, but we all kind of know that inflation is going to remain higher than like what they really want it to. Like, you're not going to get to that 2% target for in the long run, I don't think. So like one 25 basis point cut wouldn't have hurt, I don't think. And then we can check out yields today too. Yields are up I don't like that. Yields aren't really moving. Where's the dollar here? Yeah, okay. So guys, remember the thesis that I've been talking about with the dollar, foreign money flowing back into the market? You're seeing it start to come right here. You had to get through that like upper 97, low 98 area on Dixie here. You are starting to see foreign money starting to flow back into the United States. This is not something that anybody else is going to be talking about with you guys. I feel like most people are just going to be like, look at this stock. It's up 100%. Let's go buy it. No. These are things that you have to understand about the market if you want to have long-term success. When you think about like tracking the flow of money, and one of the reasons why the market was down so much in the first quarter and a half of 2025 was because of all of this concentrated foreign money leaving the market. This chart in the dollar right now is showing you that they are coming back. Foreign money is flowing back into the United States. Doesn't mean that they're investing yet, but it is eventually going to have to go somewhere. So, market's still dropping here. You've only seen one green 15-minute candle today. That's interesting. That is interesting. But that's important on the dollar. We're going to keep talking about that. Speculative inflation. Well, the thing that I will disagree with the Fed on, and I think it's really stupid of them to be doing this, is gauging their policy based on survey data. Like, they're going to say that they're data dependent, but like obviously not all data is like created equal. Like, we all saw U Michigan consumer sentiment data with like in 1 year inflation expectations on average being at 6.5%. That's really stupid. Like, really stupid. Inflation's not going to 6.5%. Sorry. So when the Fed looks at this data and is saying, oh, this could actually be something that happens, it's like, wait, hold on now. Let's use our brains a little bit here, guys. So, market selling off here. We'll see what we get. I mean, this thing's just dropping. HIMS broke on the daily time frame. Alex, I don't know. I'm going to start screaming at you guys so that you guys remember this. If it gaps above the mother effing level, you don't touch it. You sell gap ups, you don't buy it. Please, 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 just listen. I don't know how. I feel like I've said this like 1,000 times in the last week. Guys, no, if it gaps, don't touch it. I don't know how many more times I got to say it and how many more times I got to show you guys why you don't buy gap ups. You sell gap ups, you don't buy them. Please. Jeez, guys. Oh, you're hurting me here. Because I say this every day, I feel like. Every day I feel like I say this. Don't buy gap ups. And you guys are like, oh, look, it gapped above the level. And it's like, stop. Stop it. The reason is because the way that we do things in the market, guys, is so simple. It's so simple. Don't try and overcomplicate it. You have to see it break the level. Boom, bang, boom, done. If it gaps above the level, you don't touch it. Why? Because you have nowhere to put your risk. And then most of the time, you're going to end up in a situation, just like this, where it gaps and then drills. please, like, I'm going to keep saying it, but like, you guys got to get that through your head. You don't buy gap ups, you sell them. All right, let's see what else we got. Here's another good example. Airbnb, boom, gap up, bing. See? Maybe 2 out of every 10 times you get a continuation, but I'm more worried about what's going to happen on the 8 out of 10 times. You know? That's what I care about. What happens more often than not? It's all probabilities, guys, and it's not that difficult. Like those big trades that I posted on Instagram for you guys, and I've been showing you guys on Twitter, like that all could be you guys. Every single person in this live chat, it could be you. Let's see, market's moving back up. Let's see if Microsoft wants to get a little juice here. I'm still gonna give this one a little room to breathe. If it starts drilling, I'll cut it, but like I like how it's holding with the market selling like that. It's not making new lows like the market is. So if we start to see things come back up, Roblox is still within striking distance of that target there. But let's see. Oh, and again, guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. We have 150 like goal on the stream today. I think we can do it. I think you guys have it in you. We've got a lot of you guys in here. A lot of you guys like to cycle in and out. I think we could do it today. If you were disciplined, it could be me. Well, here's the thing, KP. I think a lot of people think that you actually like need a lot of discipline to trade the way that I do. You don't. It's very simple. You have like 4 rules that you need to follow, and when you see things play out more often than not, like I get it with day trading, like you're gonna screw yourself over. You just will. Like it's very easy to understand how like a person who tries to go day trade is just gonna go like, oh, we're day trading, let's take a million trades and do things where we shouldn't do it. But with swing trading, since there's like sometimes less opportunities, you're not gonna do it. Like the way that everything is designed so that you don't actually have to focus. So this is the way that I kind of describe it to everybody. It's like trading psychology and all of that stuff is kind of BS. It's nonsense. Your system is what matters, and your system is what eliminates all of those types of mistakes. It's very simple. That's why like I can take somebody who's like never operated in the market before, show them this set of rules, and they're like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, it's not that complicated. As long as you don't try to add garlic powder to the cake, you're going to be A-okay. Still holding pins, up 40% so far. Nice. Nice, there you go. Yeah, I think that one's looking good. We talked about the first target on that one today, which is like what? It's like 37.42. It's right around there. But yeah, that link is pinned to the top of the live chat for you guys. I'll throw it in the chat for you guys too, for those of you guys that still need to hop in. Use code July. You can literally hop in for $1 a day for your first month. But let's see. Microsoft looking decent. Roblox still looking decent. Market's trying to push back up here, but we'll see. Swings have been way more successful for you. Exactly, Classic City Jukebox. It's very, like, I say it a lot. I feel like a lot of the things I say just go in one ear and out the other for you guys sometimes. It's like, swing trading's way easier. You're going to have more success with it. You're going to make more money more consistently. You're not going to run into stupid mistakes. Like, everybody can do it. It doesn't take that much time. You guys are like, no, this guy who really doesn't sound like he knows what he's talking about with anything on social media says that day trading's the way to go. It's like, all right. Okay. You always sell the gap ups no matter how greedy you feel? Yeah, like if I see a stock that like gaps in my favor, I'm almost always selling it. Swings are literally where I made all my money, but if you track your day trades, I'm even in the red. Yep. Do you know why that is? I can tell you why it is. It's because you actually have an edge with swings and you can hold winners for larger risk to rewards more consistently. That's why swing traders will always make more money. And it's easier to do because the margin for error is so much bigger. Like, you guys hit one of my 1,000% trades that I hand out. You need to lose 10 trades in a row to just be break even. That's highly unlikely. I'm not going to say it's not possible, but it is highly unlikely for that to happen. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, I do actually really like, just kidding. Earnings Monday the 21st on Nebius. Great weekly setup, though. Just you got earnings coming up. I want Microsoft to get moving back again. It had the juice earlier today. I like that it's not pushing to day lows with the market doing that. So we'll see, though. Roblox is about $1 away from where I want to be scaling out. We'll see, though. I found the guy that knows exactly what he's talking about. See? You guys are in the right place. Would I sling Tesla after this consolidation? What has it been, like a day? 2 days with earnings coming up next Wednesday? No, I would not. He's been trying to trade penny stocks? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's just not smart. All right, they're just working this market down here, team. That's all they're doing here. Let's see what they want to do. Not really sure why. I mean, everything in the data point is really suggesting to me that that was a dud. You have positive news coming out for NVIDIA and semiconductors, and then you also have positive developments with trade talks with Indonesia. So we'll see. We'll see. Like where Roblox is. But yeah, no, I see what you're seeing on Tesla here, and it would be fine and would be something that I would look for if it didn't have earnings next Wednesday. You know? We're getting into earnings season 2, guys. I can't wait to show you guys some of these. It's going to be like, oh boy. Some of you guys that aren't in the are going to feel real bad about yourselves. When we come out with all these post-earnings trades in this stream and be like, hey guys, look what we did. Oh, look, here's another. Oh, look, here's another. And we just keep doing them. XRP looking bad? I would think so. I can take a look here. We talked about this. I think it was in the private stream yesterday. Yeah, XRP's not looking good. I can tell you right now on the weekly. Well, this could continue to set up in here, and that would be fine. But what I did say to everybody yesterday on that Bitcoin move, I was when we were looking at this candle yesterday, what did I say? I was like, Bitcoin's probably done in the short term. And then what do you see? Bitcoin down 3%. So you might, it's possible, this is a trend that happens sometimes where you see Bitcoin sell and then some of the alts or whatever you want to call them just start to move up and consolidate, and that's where the money rotates into. It's possible, but I'd be a little careful now because you guys all saw the really good moves off of the initial Bitcoin move. It's like, if you didn't nail those, I probably wouldn't go for them now. Unless we start to see really good setups on them. Market's just drilling. Yeah, I mean, this still looks fine. I'm gonna give this a little bit, but like now you're seeing ES in the red here after all the positive developments. 30-year yields rise to 5% for the first time since June. Market's not gonna like that, but oh no, we're selling. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Now you're right back to the NVIDIA move, or the NVIDIA news area. Which is kind of interesting there. Let's see. Again, on these days where you have CPI being released or a big piece of data, these are the days that you don't want to be very active. Alex, welcome, buddy. Just joined the group. Smart move, man. Smart move. Shout out to all you guys that are hopping in there. We're going to get you going with us, especially before earnings season. And with the way that the market looks right now with all of these epic setups, it's going to be fun. So everybody, give a nice warm welcome to Alex once you guys see him hop into the chat there. Oh no, we're selling all. Market's dying. You're seeing how NVIDIA bought a bunch of shares of NBIS? Good for them. You know? But, like, think about it. Like, when did they buy? And two, it's already, what? It went from 25 to 52? What do we do when stocks double like that? We don't go near them. You know? It's like, if stocks double in a very short period of time, it's not one that you want to go near. I mean, it's got a great weekly setup here, and I'm fine with looking at it like that. The only problem is it has earnings coming up on the 21st. So with that, I mean, I would just leave it alone, you know? There's not going to be anything to do on it. Because you're not going to want to take any additional risk going into earnings like that. Especially on a shares trade with something like this. You gotta be very careful with those. But yeah, I mean, we've called these Bitcoin moves pretty, it's not that hard. The interesting thing is you guys are gonna see the calls that I'll make in crypto and be like, oh, that's magic. And it's like, well, crypto trades a lot more technically than the equity market does. So when we see the breakouts and the setups in crypto, they're typically a lot cleaner. They're typically a lot cleaner. Roblox screwing around. Let's see. Market's still drilling here. Microsoft coming back up. That's good. Dollar moving up. Again, you're seeing that foreign money starting to flow back into the market. If you see any pullback on this thing, they're going to start hammering it, I think. Let's see. SoFi earnings beat or miss? I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine. It's just a guess. Sure, you always want to buy into earnings. I always do if I believe in the company. That makes my stomach hurt. Oh boy, that's not. Nope. 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 No. No, no. You're buying into a binary event. That's not what you want to do. Jeez, guys, get that crap out of your head. If I like the company, I'm just going to buy it and do a binary event. No, stop. Don't do that. That's really, really not a smart way to do things. Oh my God. Do you guys realize how easy it would be if you guys just like listened and were like, oh, I'm just going to do the post-earning strategy? Do you know how much easier your life would be? You have no idea how much simpler it would be if you didn't just decide to gamble on the earnings. Oh my God. Oh man. Well, I made money on these two. It doesn't matter. You have to think about what happens 100 times you do that. 100 times. Please, 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 please. No, God, jeez, that's not how you do things. More money for us in the market team. Yeah, let's buy SoFi into its earnings. Yeah, let's do that. Let's buy SoFi into its earnings after it's gone up almost over 100% in a month, 2 month, 3 month. Let's do that. Let's do that. No bounce on SPY today? I think it will at some point. There's not really a reason for this aggressive sell-off here besides like we got to the top of the range and the market's just hitting it. Like the argument for the market selling off of it, like, because think about the news that we had what do you call it? We had the positive H20 NVIDIA news. We had what do you call it? A new positive trade development with Indonesia. We just don't know the details of the deal yet. And then you had CPI that was basically just Goldilocks. You didn't really see anything out of it. Like, you can make argue, like we talked about with the Nikki Leaks tweet, which I fully agree with. SoFi's an awesome long. It was an awesome long when I gave it to everybody at $6.55. Now it's at 21. Bing, bang, boom. That's why LTMP is the truth. There we go. Hell yeah, full port into earnings. You guys that have been around here for a while know this. The reason why I get frustrated and I freak out is because the market is not a game. It's not this thing to just be like willy-nilly doing nonsense. It's like there are certain ways to operate in the market if you want to have success, and there are certain actions that you will take that will guarantee failure over a long run. You have to be very careful with where you put your money in the market and who you listen to, because most of the time, everything that's going into your head is nonsense. You got to be so careful. But you guys are slacking a little on the like button today. You guys are slacking a little. Where's Palantir? Is that thing still above 150? 149.60, not bad. Where's my baby? AMD. I mean, I was thinking about ditching some of it after those covered calls expired last year. I'm not touching it now. But again, I own it at $11.39. I don't really have to do anything with it anyway. You know? AMD at 11.39, Palantir in the teens, SoFi in that 6.55, HIMS at like, keep it simple, guys. Z-Man, nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting spot to bounce off of, the NVIDIA candle. We'll see what happens from here. I mean, I don't really think that the CPI data that came out that you had an initial positive reaction to is enough to drag this thing down. What? That's 40 points. It's not even that much. 70% on ACHR. Nice. I want Roblox to do it. Come on, buddy. Get up there. Get up there. I know you want to. I know you can do it. Yeah, everybody give a nice warm welcome to, what's his name? Alex? I think it's Alex, right? Yeah, Alex in the group. Joining in there with us. Smart choice, man. Smart choice. Especially before earnings season. It's going to get fun. It's going to get real fun during earnings season. Next week is when it really heats up. So like this week, I'm fine with like having some fun, taking some trades, but like that next week is when we start to really go crazy with some post earnings. Microsoft coming back a little. See, I like this. I just, again, the all-time high, 52-week high breakouts, they haven't really been hitting. The only one that has is Roblox, which is still up very nicely. Pumped? Yeah, so Alex, first things first, and this goes for everybody that's hopping into the group, your first step is go in, watch the learning curriculum videos. I mean, if you understand what options are, just go right into Swing Kings, the Swing Kings course. Other than that, read the start here message. The way that we do things in the market and in that group is the main reason why everybody's able to have so much success. It's all about making sure you understand the exact reasonings, why you're entering a trade, how you're going to manage it when you're in it, and when and why you're going to exit. Once you understand those things, you're going to be able to go wild with the watch list. The watch lists are epic. Think about what was on it this week. I mean, I think we talked just about AMD in the streams, 108% on Hood. Nice. I mean, the post earnings are going to be fun. We're going to hit a couple big multi-hundred, multi-thousand percenters on it, especially with an earnings season like this coming up here with where the market is. Let's see. Bought before earnings. I love how this guy's trying to argue with me about like probabilities and stuff. Dude, I literally, it doesn't matter if it went up 1,000%. It does not matter. What you have to think about, this is the problem. This is the problem with retail. And like just people in general, they have no ability to think in terms of generalities. They're going to look at the cherry picked instances that worked. But if you just look at some of the most hyped up companies ever and you buy them before earnings most of the time, like, yeah, that's where you generate some of the returns. But it's not a smart, like, you don't have any sort of edge. You're just like, I'm buying before earnings because I like the company. It's like, well, it's probably not going to work out for you in the long run. But if you hold for a long enough time horizon, it probably will. So it's like, all right, well, it's a silly thing to talk about. BBAI, that was an interesting one. That was a good setup. I mean, I'm not a fan of this company here, but when I outlined it on the stream for you guys right in here, I mean, that's an epic one. It's cooked now. You don't want to really be going near this one, but because it's not about the things he meant. The way that I look at things is very different than, like, if you want to have different results than everybody else, you have to think and act differently than they do. The outcome is not as important as the process. That's what I'm talking about. So we're talking about different things. You're like, I made money. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is having a consistent and repeatable approach where you know what you can expect over time. But when your approach includes going into a binary event and putting risk on, that's not really repeatable, you know? That's the way I look at things. But I will look at things slightly differently from like a mid to long-term investment perspective. But I have a very nice methodology for that, which is why, I mean, SoFi at 655 is a great example of that. All right, Microsoft, let's get going here, bud. Roblox, go up and hit that area. This one could be really fun if this thing gets moving. Market's starting to pop back up a little bit here. Let's see. Ooh, we're 8 likes away from being a third of the way there. There we go. There we go, team. We got a 150 like goal on the stream today. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, AMD's looking good. I wonder, how much am I? What is that? 1139 to 156 or whatever. What is the next SoFi at 655? Well, I don't have it yet, but I will tell all of you LTMP people when I've got it. Bro, no problem. I think you were probably the one asking me about BBAI back a few weeks ago. And I was like, I don't really like the company just because it's one of those like hyped up nonsense names. But like the setup was there. So I think Daily Taylor nailed it too. I don't know. There was what? I mean, I still like Novo. Where is that today? Down. Focusing demand and pricing. Down a little. Twilio, while tracking a new CBS partnership that may boost growth. Yeah, this thing is like wildly undervalued right now. Novo. It's not going to be one that's going to pull up 1,000%, I don't think, but like, or I really don't think that's going to happen, but that's a good one to have. What else? There are probably a few out there that we could look at. I don't know. Remember, it's like when markets are at the highs, there's a lot less opportunities for me to go out there and want to screw around with stuff. Because remember, I'm buying basis. What's going to be at? There's going to be a lot fewer bases when the market's just hanging out at the highs, you know? Like, where's Lulu? I mean, I could see if I actually called the bottom on that one. No, not really. I mean, it looked like it was bottoming. So you had a short-term bottom here, but it's now approaching back down. And I still don't like this one yet. SG, they're going all in on AI. Sweet Green, dude? Sweet Green? How is Sweet Green going all in on AI? I don't know about you, man, but I don't want an AI salad. All right? I'm good on that. Daily Taylor, nice. I'm good on the AI salads for now. Well, you know what actually would be funny to see where it is today? Where's Target? It's actually still setting up. $4? Yeah, I'm gonna take a rain check on the AI salad, dude. I don't know. It's going to be a no from me. Using AI to mix salads, what more than me need? How do you need AI to mix a salad, dude? Unless it's like replacing the humans that are doing it, then sure, but that's like more robots than like AI, you know? I mean, it is AI, I guess. But like, I don't even think you would need artificial intelligence to like program a robot to like, I'm not gonna say it, but but to mix the salad. Yeah, dollar's still heading higher here. I don't know. That's a bullish signal for me. Yields, not so much. But having the dollar moving up like that is showing that there is a higher demand for dollars globally than there was before. Which then, if you're holding dollars, you can then go buy US dollar denominated assets, which then could boost markets even more. Yields moving up like that, obviously not a fan of. But it's like, this is kind of the thing that you might have to deal with in the market with rates where they are, federal funds rate. And growth where it is, unemployment where it is, and inflation where it is. You can't really cut rates. So you might just be in a scenario. And also, if the broad market, this is another important part that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about here. All right, Romeo. This is important. If you think that inflation, the long run inflation target is basically going to be 3% versus 2%, what it was before, which it has a higher likelihood now than it did 5 years ago of being, then you are then going to require a higher rate of return on fixed income, which is treasuries. So it makes sense that yields are hanging out at these higher levels, even when the Fed is lowering rates, because then that's getting us closer to basically being like at that 3% target. So you're going to have a higher required rate of return. Took your last TP all done? On what? Wall Street Ponzi. On which one? Does that make sense? It's like if your dollar is going to weaken by more than what you thought it was going to be previously, well, you're going to require a higher rate of return on fixed income. Because your real weight, it's like your real return is getting eaten into. Because if you lock in like a 4% rate for like 10 years, well, I mean, you're only really going to be outpacing inflation by a tiny little bit. It's still outpacing it, but not by much, you know? So just in general, investors are going to require a higher rate of return. How's it set up on L? Let me look. Not great. I mean, if you can hold the 10 here and chop around for a little bit, sure, but I'd kind of leave it be for now. Nice move up, though, from the lows. Yeah, market bounce basically right at the NVIDIA area, which is nice. Microsoft moving back up. That's good. Let's see if we can get through all-time highs today. That'd be interesting. Actually, did I screw something up? Did we have an alert on Twilio that I wanted to look at? No. Whoops. It's just ripping. I mean, you could look at this for a weekly perspective, but the problem is that you have earnings on Monday. Or 2 Mondays. So you don't want that. Thoughts on Lulu? Don't want it. I don't want it. I mean, it's interesting, but it looked like it was bottoming down in here. I mean, this is signs of a short-term bottom. It just depends on if the buyers come back up. I mean, you did have the short-term bottom here, but if we get back down at these levels and they... All right, if Lulu gets bought up from this range again, I'd say it probably is bottomed. But you got to wait for that to happen. Like if Lulu sneaks back down into this wick or like into this area here, like 225, and then the buyers step up, I'd say, all right, that one's probably bottomed. Just technically. I'd have to look at what's been going on with the actual company, but I mean, they got murdered on their last earnings. I actually thought they were sandbagging too. Like, because they did this down in here as well. I did kind of think they were sandbagging in here. I didn't have a position on it, just kind of like sitting on the sidelines being like, I don't know if they're being completely truthful with those earnings estimates, and that they definitely were. Grab you don't want, I don't think. You can take a look at this. I mean, it's still setting up in here, but I don't really like, there's too much noise on this chart here, you know? Oh, you got this level, you got this level, you got all sorts of chop in here, you break up, you get this. It's like, I'd rather go for something a little cleaner, you know? Roblox chopping around, being at this point into its bloodline. Let's see, ES screwing around. Microsoft looking okay. Yeah, we'll see what we get. I mean, I could make, let me see. We'll see. I want to see Roblox at that 113 area. It was close today. Didn't quite get there, though. I like the Microsoft chart. Let's see. What else we got in community gains? Jason. Jeez, man. There you go, buddy. Yeah, shout out to Cody nailing that AMD trade idea for about $6,600. Atta boy. That's awesome. Wrote it out in community gains. Yeah, I just saw that. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, if you aren't in the group with us yet, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how many more times you guys want to see me do this. I'll throw the link in the live chat for you guys. Use code July. It's literally $1 a day for you guys to hop in. But when we get to the fall, prices are going to be going up. If you're in before that happens, obviously, it's what? You're going to have the same low rate. Free Google looking great. Yeah, there you go. That looks good. You got earnings coming up too. AMD inverse setup. Nah, dude. I'm not with where the market is here, man. I wouldn't be touching any of that. I'd love to see Microsoft get back above 506 and try to go for this, like, what's this high? 506.80 something? 78. That'd be nice. My Microsoft's green, or are they flat? They're probably flat. Yeah, they're basically flat. I don't know. Still up over 100% on the Robloxes. Again, I want to see these go up like 150. If we get to the 113-ish target, they're gonna be right at that area that we want it to be at. 150, 180%, and then scale out from there. Then 115, and then sling it and see what happens. Microsoft's looking good though. I'm a fan. I think that one could have some fun. I've just been holding on to it. SoFi squeezing. Anybody on the internet, guys, that's talking about like short squeezes and stuff with this, stop listening to them, please. No, SoFi is not squeezing. You had a really nice run up here. Going into earnings, there is nothing to do on SoFi right now. Those are not serious people. They're baiting you with like hot words. That's one of them, squeezing. No, SoFi's not squeezing. It's just consolidating at the highs. I'd actually be worried with SoFi hanging out at 21 going into earnings. I'd be a little worried about that. I would not expect it to ramp up after. If it does, that's a gift. But again, I own it at 655, so I'm really just going to be letting it go. Like, there's nothing really for me to do on that one anymore. Like, I think it's HIMS and SoFi. I like scroll around sometimes and I see people talking about like that data on them, and it's like, guys, this is not 2021, 2022. You have puts on SoFi? Why? Why? Because it's up? Google looks strong? Yeah, shout out to those of you guys that are still in that one. That's a good one. I didn't take it. That was what, Friday afternoon that you guys got that entry off the alert? That was a good one. Roblox looking good. Microsoft looking good. Looking good here, folks. Having a good week. We're having a fun week. SoFi squeeze inbound, screenshot, I'll be back. All right, bud. If it does, I'll make a shitload of money. It's great. If it squeezes, I'd be up a lot of money. Here's the problem though. This is the issue. You have a stock that just went from, let's say, 12 to almost 20. They almost doubled in like, I don't know, 2 months. Uh-oh. If it goes, great, but like, I don't know. The market hasn't really loved this one as much as it should have. So having that positive crypto development's good. Having this move up with crypto, obviously good. I'd be a little bit worried though of going into earnings with this stock as elevated as it is. Microsoft, hello. Made more money with STV than any other guru. Gives you more than just a chart. Thanks, Nicky Ricky. Yeah, I'm not a guru. I just have been doing this for a long time, and I know it works for everybody. That's the thing. Like, guys, the funny thing is I could go through some of the most complicated, crazy ARB strategies and, like, all of this stuff like with you guys, but do you know how useless that would be for everybody? The reason why everybody's able to have so much success in the group is because I'm giving you the stuff that I know works for everybody. That's why it works so well. because it's not that complicated to see. Like I say all the time, like you could probably just literally just use the post earning strategy and nothing else and be like, oh, I'm going to outperform this year. It's like, yeah, you probably will. Thank you, Nicky Ricky. I'm glad it's working out for you. It would work out for everybody. As long as you go through, watch the videos, ask questions, you're going to do very well. Microsoft moving here. These are probably up nicely now. Nope, they're up a little. I'm still up 111% on Roblox. I would just like it to be up 100 more percent. Or even more than that, it'd be great. You know? 17 to 21 in 3 months, only downside from here. I wouldn't say only downside from here. I would just say you have to be a little bit worried about a re-rate off of new financial information coming out with the company. You know? I think it's fitting. Yeah, you guys call me a lizard a lot too. Because like I see the future, you know? That's always fun. I'm never going to beat the lizard allegations, but like that's fine. As long as you guys are making money, you can call me a lizard all you want. AMD 155. I mean, I'm still chilling in this one. I'd love to see AMD get back to 200. That'd be nice. I want to see AMD at 200, Facebook at 1,000. If that happens, I'm going to be very thrilled. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we're fine. Microsoft does look very good here. That's kind of why I'm holding on to this one. Like, this is Microsoft's about to break all-time highs. Right here. You're 20 cents away. Here it comes. When you hear that ding, that's slightly above the all-time high. You're like 15 cents away. 10 cents. Here it comes. Here it comes. Come on. Bill Gates. Thank you. Yeah, it's all-time highs on Microsoft. 5080. Because that was the high before. Or 506. Yeah, there it is. You should get an alert on that on the news feeds. Microsoft hits all-time high. That should be coming out in a second here. All right. Let's see. Let's see what this beast has got. Market's moving up. That's what I was saying. Microsoft looks pretty strong. Let's see if we can get a little burst. You get a little burst on Microsoft, we'll turbocharge our week. It'll be fun. Especially going into earnings season. Add a little bit more to the cash balance. Have some fun. Let's do it. Let's do it, folks. You guys are slacking on the like button today, but I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. Oh, also, no stream tomorrow. I'm not going to be here. Going to be out of office, which is funny. Let's see. I mean, 510's a good spot on Microsoft to start scaling out. I don't think it's going to get there today. That'd be pretty big. Got all the way up there. Is that fitting lizard? Yeah. I've not seen that come through the feed yet. Microsoft all-time highs. Nope. That is all-time highs, right? Yeah. Well, all right then. I guess they're not saying it. It might just be a little delayed. They don't really want to say it yet. They don't want to tell everybody that Microsoft just broke all-time highs. They're waiting to get their positions. Ooh, here it comes. No work Wednesdays? Yeah, I like taking off Fridays better. Like, if I'm ever going to take a day off, I'd like it to be a Friday. But tomorrow's going to be fun. Like, if I were to have a preferred day, it's obviously Friday. It's not Monday. Because then you get Thursday night. Yeah, I mean, if Microsoft ramps here a little, these contracts are going to move real quick. Like, if you get another $1 on this, these are going to be up a lot. I need another $1 on Roblox, basically. I'm just kind of holding that one. And this is kind of what I was saying here, too, today. I was like, I mean, I think the market's going to start bouncing at some point. I mean, this NVIDIA low, that NVIDIA area was kind of a good spot to start looking there. So, not quite a bottom tick, but pretty close, man. Less lake traffic? Nice. So, Microsoft hunting 507, that's good. I'd love for Roblox to start hunting those highs again. It's pretty close. If this market starts ripping here, it'll probably catch a little bid. Microsoft hunting. Come on. Come on. Looking good yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Yet again. And then I cut, what do you call it? Airbnb this morning at like break even. I didn't like how that was looking. When it started to fade off of the gap up, I was like, no, sell gap. You sell gap ups, you don't buy them, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it simple. Market's ramping a little there. That's good. Man, it's pushing. Come on, Roblox. What are we doing? What else is going? Google? Is Google still pushing for you guys? Yeah, it looks okay. Looks okay. Yeah, I should be back Thursday. I'm going to try to come back tomorrow night. That's the goal. Just got to sit on a train. I had to sit on a train today, too. It's not going to be fun. Whatever. It's actually not bad. I kind of like the train. Microsoft just poked through the all-time high and sold off. Interesting. Ooh, no, hello. I'd love for Roblox to start catching a bid here. This thing's kind of had a mind of its own today. It was really screwing around at the open. And then came back up over yesterday's high, which we like. AMD 155, that's great. Where's Facebook today? That's not looking great on Facebook there, to be completely honest. That's not the best looking chart setup. It's not really what you want to see. I want it at 1,000. I want Facebook to go to 1,000. That'd be great. In like a year and a half, I think it'll get there. Unless, you know, somebody starts shooting missiles at each other again. That wouldn't help, obviously. You can't be having that if you want Facebook at 1,000. Snap. On the trade idea that I gave you guys and told you exactly where you should be ditching it. Same thing as the pre-market plan. 200 EMA is going to be tough. You probably want to take some off there. Next target would be around 10. That's really it. Same thing as before. I mean, just like I was talking about with you guys in the morning stream, and I think in the pre-market plan too, like that. I mean, one of the main reasons I'm not in this is because of the 200 EMA right here that it was probably going to reject, and then it did. So I do know though that a couple of you guys were able to get up over 100% on it and make it free, which is good. Let me see who did it. World did it. Yeah, 118% I saw those at. So those were good. But again, that 200 EMA was going to be icky. I mean, it's the same thing as the pre-market plan. Yeah, this is directly from the plan. Snap is a bit of a tough one with the 200 EMA right there, so consider taking some off of that area. But other than that, 10 is a good spot to have your first target. Boom. Same as that. No changes. Oh, Microsoft. Hello. Hello. Honey, I'm home. All right, Roblox is kind of pissing me off now, but Microsoft looks good. It's ripping. Guys, look. Another one. Guys, look, I did it again. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'll be in the, you guys in LTMP, I'll be in the chat a little bit tomorrow morning, but I'm going to be out doing stuff. So I'm not going to be taking anything else. All right, Microsoft first target, 510. Roblox, you guys know what the targets are. Other than that, if those both hit, I mean, I don't have to do anything else anyway. You know? How's Cart? Let's see. Ooh, Jackie, I like that. I just don't like this wick. If this wick was not here, we'd have a breakout right now. I just don't like that wick, you know? got to be a little careful with that one, you know? So let's see what these Microsofts are up. Are they up over, yeah, 22% on Microsoft right now. They were a little slow to get going, and the premiums were a little stupid, but if it goes, it'll be a good one. Breakout into the highs. You never know. Those are, like, I've been very cautious with the 52-week high and all-time high breakouts just because a lot of the time they can get sold into pretty aggressively, especially something like Palantir. Bitcoin miners, Riot, Mara. No, you do not want those here. Mara, cooked. Riot, cooked. Yeah, you don't want any of those. On the Bitcoin move up that I was outlining, sure, you could have screwed around with them a little bit, but IBIT was actually the best one, or Coin. Because I think Coin actually hit 400 today, didn't it? Yeah, there it goes. Microsoft is looking phenomenal right now. Let's see. LTMP was destroyed by you. Slother, what do you mean by that? Apple and Intel? Let's take a look. Apple looks good. It's just too close to the 200. Intel? That looks good. It needs to consolidate a little bit more, but it does look all right. Dude, Roblox, come on, dude. Yeah, looking good across the board, guys. I mean, congratulations. All the gains that you guys have been making are just ridiculous, dude. It's just phenomenal to see. Moved us all to chat messages? Yeah. Oh, are you talking about the chats? Yeah. Yeah, the trading chat was. But now you're just in market chat. It's the same thing. We just had two of the same chat, basically. And I was like, we don't need that. So it's just, you have one chat now. Roblox playing games? Yeah. I'm still fine with it for now. Yeah, there was no point in having two chats. It's like, let's just have one. Because there were some people coming in that were like, where do I go? Which, quite honestly, it's pretty freaking easy to figure out where to go. There's not that many channels. But just to make it easier for everybody, there's one chat. Microsoft, come on, bud. Dude, if this thing somehow hits 510 today, I'll be thrilled. I mean, if we rip, I mean, even if we get back to here, which it may not, market's just screwing around. You like that? Too bad. It's dictatorship around here. You're the boss? Yes. It's just easier. People don't get confused. Microsoft! There we go. What are these up? Only 25%? What is this nonsense, dude? Nonsense. I mean, if Roblox rips here and Microsoft rip, you guys aren't seeing me for Thursday or Friday. I'm just kidding. I'll probably still come back. If they do rip, though, I still want to come back. It's holding for now. Let's see. Roblox has got a mind of its own. All right, market. What would you like to do? They should be up more. Well, on Microsoft, I mean, it's up a little. It's like, they're fine. They'll get snappy as they get closer. I did sling it a little bit. So, fair enough that they can screw around in the option chain a little bit. But as it starts to go up and up and up and up, they'll start ramping. Just exactly how I expect Roblox to as it sneaks over, if it can sneak over 113. Any new tickers? No, nothing. Well, that's not true. Cart. I like cart. It's just weird. You don't really have a solid area for it yet. You know? All right, guys. It's 11:30. Or 11:35. We went overtime yesterday. And you guys got a YouTube video yesterday. And I have stuff I got to do today before I got to go. So, team, we're going to be wrapping it up here. I am going to throw that link for you guys to hop into the group, into the live chat one last time. I mean, I keep showing you guys just how nasty this stuff is. AMD, Microsoft looks great. Got a lot of great about Roblox. There she goes. So if you guys aren't in there yet, I don't know what you're doing. Use code July. It's literally $1 a day to hop in. Get in there with us. Go through the curriculum videos, especially as we get into earnings season next week. I mean, you're not going to want to miss those private streams every morning. So folks, have a great rest of your day. I will 90% see you on Thursday morning. I just won't be streaming or making videos tomorrow. But yeah. Oh my God. Roblox. You're just boring me right now. You're just being boring is what you're doing. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace.